All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video. Today's topic I want to talk about is school worth your current job, to be exact. The reason I want to talk about this topic right now is because I am currently living it. What I mean by that is that in a couple of months, I will have to be forced to quit my job. Not to pursue, I'm already in school for my respiratory degree, but I have to quit my job in order to do my clinicals. A little context about myself: I am a pharmacy tech. I make a pretty comfortably hourly wage. The only issue is that I do have to work 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts. Now, I know it's 8-hour shifts. It's like, why, Bryan? It's only 8 hours. Why you really complain about 8 hours? I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful to have that position. The biggest issue for me was that there was no growth staying in that pharmacy field. The only growth that I was looking at was going to be becoming a pharmacist. I put the numbers in. I did reach out to different schools and got different quotes, and I was looking about 290 to a little bit more than 300,000 for tuition. And based on pharmacist pay, it wasn't adding up for my situation. That's when I realized that it was not going to be worth it. I did find different other fields that I wanted to pursue in education, and they all required patient care or patient interaction. And I know I could have been a medical assistant or a phlebotomist, but some of these institutions that I wanted to apply to, they required more nurses, patient care. If you're a nurse and if you have RT with patient care under your belt, what else? It was pretty much limited to those, or CNA, if you were a certified nurse assistant with patient care. Those were the ones that they mostly cared about due to how competitive it is to be accepted. That's when I chose respiratory because it was fast, it made more sense, it wasn't too expensive compared to a nursing degree. And that's what I had to do. Now, fast forward, I'm at the point where it's gonna be almost impossible to be at two places at once, especially if my commute is gonna be 100 miles in distance. So, with that saying, in a couple months, I will have to be forced to quit, and that's just how it is. Luckily, I made a lot of contacts in my hospital, and they work at other, like a lot of doctors, nurses, stuff like that. They all work at different hospitals as well. So luckily, I'm in good standing with them, and I explained to them my situation, and they're very supportive, especially my colleagues. They're one of the best. I'm not even going to lie. They're probably the best colleagues I'll probably ever have. So they've been supportive. They understand that it has to, all good things must come to an end, but that's just how it is right now. I did plan, once I got accepted to my RT program, I knew what it was gonna be bound to happen anytime. So that's what I had to set up I had to work a certain amount of hours every month, save up a certain amount of money just to be able to afford these next 9 months of without a job. Main reason why I activated my online store again and going back to doing my online business. It was, when I was first doing my online business, it was really lucrative. I actually did not want to stop. The only reason that I really wanted to pursue a healthcare career was because being a business owner comes with its ups and downs. And one of the biggest downsides of being a business owner was not having that security in income base. So it will fluctuate. For example, my situation, my income will fluctuated every month, and some months were fine, some months were good, other months were bad, and it was never steady compared to having a healthcare job. You know that for sure when you clock in and you clock out, you're gonna make this much money. Obviously you still have to pay your taxes and all that, but what I'm saying is basically I have that security right now in my healthcare job compared to when I was a business owner. And that's the reason why I wanted to just separate myself from the business aspect, passed it down to my brother, but I have to go back again. Sometimes you have to accept change and to not be scared about it. This brings me back to my intro question, which is your job, is your education worth your job? To me Personally, it is. Only because I will be working more 12-hour shifts. I could work a full-time work schedule. For me is probably going to be 3-4 days max, and I'll have like 3-4 days off, stuff like that, compared to right now that I have to work 5 days straight and only have 2 days off to spend with the family. And it just doesn't make sense for me to keep doing that. I don't want to. I'm very humble and very grateful to be put in this position, but I am one of the few percent of techs that actually get compensated, that are actually getting compensated well, compared to outpatient techs. I used to be an outpatient tech as well. I used to work at Rite Aid, so I know how much they get paid, and it was, compared to how I make now, it's very grateful. I'm very grateful, very humbled about it. The only thing was that in order for me to get paid what I get paid, what I will be making as a respiratory therapist, I will have to have at least 10 to 15 years under my belt. And with inflation and how everything is, all my expenses, I can't wait 10 to 15 years just to make the base salary of an RT. It just doesn't make sense for me. That was also the main thing, was being able to find a career that's fast, that's respected, and that that's fast, that's respected, and that also meets the patient care interaction for these entities that I'm gonna be applying to. I know I said a lot, I talked a lot, but this is all just my current daily life. This is going to be a journey that I'll be bringing every single one of you guys. I used to post a lot on TikTok, and when I was posting on TikTok, I was just grinding. I was studying non-stop. I will get to work about 2 to 3 hours early just to work, because I wanted those extra minutes that it took me to go to my job, just to have that study in. And I used to record a lot of myself studying and do those time lapse, and some people appreciated it and some people just did not believe that I was really focused and that determined. And I still am. Trust me, I'm studying probably, I don't know, 16 plus hours a day. Not even lying to you guys. And I have a family, I have 2 daughters, my wife, and it's just, we all have to be on the same page, and that's just how it has to be. My wife is going to be starting nursing school too soon, so I had to tell her, this is going to be you as well, so just get ready for this. And she's excited, but I don't think people understand how stressful it could be studying for these intense careers. I did not expect respiratory to be this intense. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Based on the feedback that a lot of other RTs told me, it said that it was intense in the beginning, but it got easier towards the end, and I hope it stays that. I hope I get the same experience as they did. But so far, this is intense. It's just a lot of knowledge. It's crazy. This is like, I've taken a couple science classes, and this is nothing compared to what I've learned. Luckily, due to that prior education that I've had, I've been able to really comprehend and grasp everything a little bit more compared to all my other classmates. But other than that, yeah, this is a career that I would, if I were to recommend someone, I would really tell them to really think about, because it's not as easy as you think, and it's not meant to be. If anyone is going through this right now, keep your head up, and I'm there with you. So, alrighty, on to the next video.